All right, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about a classic Bert Kreischer moment when Bert finally got to meet his hero, Adam Sandler, and then completely embarrassed himself in front of him. But it was hilarious. He fangirled out right away, and then he told some stupid story, and of course he kept talking about himself. And then he tried to name two of Adam's movies and got the names wrong. And you could tell Adam did not want to be there, and he had no idea who Bert Kreischer was. And it was just hard to watch. Like Bill Burr, this was when he was still doing a podcast with Bert, and he said he tried to watch it and had to turn it off right away because he knew where it was headed. And he said he can kind of relate to it. I guess he had a similar situation. But he did a good impression of Bert during the interview.
Did you see my Adam Sandler interview?
Kevin Nealon. Dude, people told me that you fanned out so bad. This is how much I love you. This is how much I love Bert Kreischer. When you were like this, hang on a second. Hang on, Adam, hang on a second. I have a story I want to tell. I immediately hit stop. I love you too much to watch you implode in front of one of your big, like, inspirations, because I've done it.
Wait, who have you done it to?
Gary Shandling.
Are you serious?
I'm still shaking that off.
So this incident happened in early 2020, right around when COVID started. And this was actually a benefit to raise money for comedians that were out of work due to COVID. So they're doing this live stream fundraiser, and they convinced Adam Sandler to do it. And originally it was just supposed to be Whitney Cummings interviewing him, but I guess she knew Bert was a big fan, so she asked him to join, which was a great idea because now we have this classic moment, and it made things way more entertaining. Now people had something to talk about. Like afterwards, more comedians went on the stream to talk, and they all just started making fun of Bert. But this was just set up to be a disaster. You know, they're doing it on a Zoom call, so there's delay, and I'm sure it's hard to hear each other. And then also, Bert and Whitney are holding this tape measure the whole time to make sure they're standing 6 feet apart. And to talk to Adam, they have to take turns walking up to the computer. So that made things even more awkward. And then all that combined with Bert, who loves to talk about himself, loves to tell stories, loves to talk over people. That is not a good combination. And then also he's meeting his favorite comedian for the first time, so he's probably all hyped up just to talk to him. And you can tell right from the start it's not going to go well. Like right when Adam joins, Whitney's like, "Hey Adam, are you familiar with Bert? He thinks you don't know him." And you can tell Adam doesn't know him, but he wants to be nice. He's like, "Oh yeah, I've seen Bert, right? I've seen him at a comedy club, right?" And then I think Bert says, "I'm the guy without his shirt on." And then he goes on to tell this story, and he's like, "Adam, remember when you went to my college back in '95?" And he's like, sure." And Bert's like, "Well, I was dating this girl, and her friends went to hang out with you and smoke weed, and they asked me if I wanted to go, but I said no, and then the next day I regretted it." And that's pretty much the whole story. And it seems like Bert has just been waiting to tell that to Adam. He's like, "You want to hear a cool story?" And I'm sure while Bert's going into it, Adam's like, "Where's this going?"
Ladies and gentlemen, this next comedian is one of my comedic heroes. He is the reason I do stand-up. He is the reason I've been writing movies that have never been made, but I love his movies. I love everything about this guy. Without further ado, the guy that defined all our personalities, Adam Sandler.
That was unbelievable. Thank you. Thank you.
Adam, have you ever heard of Bert? He doesn't think you know who he is.
I've seen Bert, right?
Got it. That's all I need. That's all I need.
I've seen you. Have I seen you around a comedy club or something? Or I've seen you on TV?
I'm the one guy with these. Hold on.
You go.
6 feet.
I'm the one guy shirtless. You want to hear a cool story, Adam, real quick?
Yeah, tell me.
Back in 1995, you did a show at Pow Wow at Florida State. Do you remember that?
Sure.
You hung out and ended up smoking weed with a bunch of girls. One of the girls I was dating at the time, she came to my place. We were throwing a party, and she was like, "You need to leave this place right now and come with us." And I was like, "No, not going to happen." And she was like, "Shut up and leave right now." The next morning, she called me. She goes, "You could have partied with Adam Sandler." Bro, I have regretted that every day of my life.
Tonight's our night, buddy.
Tonight's our night.
We'll get past this whole Corona thing, and then me and you will meet up late, bud.
I love it. I love it.
All right, good to see you, man. And Whitney, good to see you.
Yeah. We're gonna watch your movie, Precious Gems, soon.
Oh yeah. That'll be. I don't know if they're gonna like.
Bro, I showed them Happy Madison. You know, and like not every movie translates. They watched Ace Ventura, and both my girls go, "Are we laughing because he's special needs?" I go, "No, that's not the joke, guys."
And then
The movie's really good. You have Netflix?
yes.
Check out Hey Big Boy, streaming right now. It's my new hour special.
Oh yeah, all right. I'll check it out. I'll check it out late tonight, buddy.
Hey, I had a question I wanted to ask. If you could go back to one movie that was the funnest to shoot, doesn't matter what movie, just go back and have that be your set every day for the rest of your life, your Groundhog's Day, like we're all living. What movie was the funnest to shoot that you would shoot every single day for the rest of your life? Go
I
ahead.
have no answer for that. I got no idea. I never thought about that. And I never will. And I hated that question. What else? That's what it's going to be like, Bert, all night long when we talk.
I gotta go.
The chance to be friends with Adam and you're blowing it.
No, you ruined it, man. I don't ever want to see you again. That's okay.
That's just not going to be watching Hey Big Boy tonight.
No, I will. I'll watch that, but that's it.
Yeah, so of course initially Bert thought that went really well, but then Big J Okerson messaged him right afterwards because he was going on stream after this, and he's like, dude, I hope you know we made fun of you a little bit, and Bert didn't know why, but then Big J explained it all to him. He's like, dude, you called his brand new movie Precious Gems.
Bert Kreischer humiliated himself in front of Adam Sandler for the better part of 10 minutes. He said everything wrong you could possibly say to Adam Sandler.
He fell one question short of asking, why do your movies suck now?
Adam Sandler, who everyone could agree was already less than interested in being here to begin with, had to endure Bert Kreischer call all of his movies the wrong title. He called it Happy Madison.
Yeah.
He said he's going to watch with his kids Precious Gems.
Yeah. Dude, and you know a guy at Comedy Central put in a major favor to get Sandler on this.
Dude, you could see sweat plinkoing through his chest beef.
By the end of that, Kreischer sounded like an Adam Sandler character. He was like,
It was so nice of you and Bert to show people struggling for Adam's approval. It made everything else seem less painful. When he shot down Bert's very sincere question, when he got up close to the mic and really spoke from the heart and he just ripped him apart. Oh, that was the happiest I've been since quarantine.
Yeah, so all the comedians that went on after him were making fun of him, but I will say Bert did handle this pretty well. You know, it seemed like it didn't get to him too much, and he talked about it on podcast afterwards, and he's like, yeah, I did sound like a complete idiot. Like, he brought it up on Rogan's podcast, and Joe's like, oh, I saw that, and he started laughing at him for it. And then eventually Joe's like, were you drinking at all? And Bert's like, you know what? I don't think I was. And Joe's like, oh, that's the problem right there. And also at one point during this, I think Joe tries to do Bert's laugh, but he can't reach that high pitch noise.
Coming in going, hey, Adam, oh, this is so bad. I can't even see it. And then I didn't even realize it was bad, right? I didn't even realize it was bad. Of course, Joe, you know that I promoted my special, right? You know that I went.
Of course.
But I said to him, I go, do you have Netflix? Here's a $200 million deal at Netflix. I thought that interview went great. I thought it was like perfect. And he goes,
were you drunk?
No, I think I was sober. And
that's why. That's the problem.
Big J goes, Bert, you asked Adam Sandler if he had Netflix. I said, yeah, because my special's on Netflix. And he goes, Bert, he has a $200 million deal at Netflix. He definitely has Netflix. And then he goes, and then you called his movie Happy Madison. It's Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison. He goes, and then you called his movie Precious Gems. I go, it's not Precious Gems. And then I start melting down, and I'm like, oh my God, I really f***ed this up. Yeah, that was a colossal. But God bless David Spade.
That Uncut Gems movie is fantastic.
Yeah, I call it Precious Gems.
Yeah, if you want to find out who Adam Sandler really is or what he's capable of, goddamn Uncut Gems. That is 1, 2 hour or whatever, however long the movie is. That
I got to see it. I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Holy shit.
And Bert still hasn't seen Precious Gems. Maybe after that interview, he's like, I can't even watch Adam Sandler movies anymore. I don't know. But he did handle it pretty well. You know, he was able to make fun of himself and not take it too seriously. And also, Bert talked about this on Theo Von's podcast. And he said that David Spade called him after that interview, and he's making fun of him for it. But then he told him that Adam actually did end up watching his special, and he thought it was really funny. And he said, don't worry about the interview. So maybe he's just trying to be a good sport. But also, Bert claims after all this, he signed a deal with Happy Madison, Adam's production company, to do a movie with them. So maybe Bert will get a chance to redeem himself one day and interview Adam again. I don't know how much better it would go, but I think that would be interesting. So let me know what you guys think about it all down in the comments. And make sure you go check out my Patreon account for exclusive content. I have over 35 videos on there, I'd say, and most of them are over 20 minutes, and I post every week. I have a lot of documentary style videos. Like if you want to hear about Michael Richards, Kramer, his infamous meltdown at the Laugh Factory, I have a whole video about that. People really seem to enjoy it. And then also I have videos about like the cringiest Joe Rogan episodes and the downfall of Milo Yiannopoulos, the downfall of Adam 22, the downfall of Ari Shaffir. There's a lot to watch on there, so make sure you go check it out. And then hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you at the next video.